Happy Wednesday. Taking some time to send out a little love. I've been outside. I've been doing the most today. Feeling it. Mm. It's been turbulent, fam. I love you all because we're all connected. She's back. Yeah, girl. It's rough out here lately. Cheers. Cheers. No matter how much we got it together, in one area or another in our lives, it's like, standing back up in turbulent times, emotional balance, right? That's what we want. Cheers, baby. I got my sunshine state of mind cup today. It's beautiful where you are. It's beautiful where I'm at. Have the windows all open. Ooh, them turtle tanks. Oh, let's take a minute to send anybody who has a turtle tank some damn love. Them things are gross. Ugh. I can't wait till my best friend gets her house and her pond and we can put them turtles in that pond and they can get the love juice. Because my, that's some work, that turtle tank. Give me some turtle tank love. Ugh. It's my most unfavorite job in here. I have to tell you guys. If I could pick my most unfavorite job in the house, it would be the turtle tank. Not really doing that great with it. So, guys, right now, I was feeling a lot of compassion this morning for the world and for what everyone's going through, all these turbulent times that everyone's going through. That's kind of what just recently took me out, was just like kind of a little bit of everything that everybody was going through, plus what I was going through, and it just felt like way too much, right? And how did I stand back up through that? A big part of this all is managing your internal relations. Right? Your internal relations. Like, you have to have a meeting with yourself and say, all right, how are we going to manage what's going on here inside of me, right? You really have to do that if you're going through some turbulent times. Um, do you have good friends? Because I have to tell you guys that probably one of the best things that has happened to me recently was having good friends. Having really good people that really just genuinely care about you, know about you, have the things that they love about you, aren't afraid to mention something if it doesn't seem right to you. My friends are good emotional support to me in my life. Now I'm learning that I'm picking better emotional support whenever my emotions feel off, whenever my life feels turbulent, right? And so there's processes to all this for all of us. My friends help me to find my strength again sometimes whenever I feel like I lose it, right? Because we do sometimes in turbulent times. We don't feel so strong. I swear, like just the other day, I was like, oh my God, I want to quit everything. I want to quit everything but being a mom. I just want to be a mom and that's it, right? Um, and even sometimes I don't even feel like I'm a good enough mom and I'm like, oh my gosh, should I just quit? No, it's just turbulent times and sending you love, right? Um, you know, that's part of going in and managing your internal relations. Like, what are your friends like? Are they good friends? Are they good emotional support? Are they good strength through what you're going through? Or does it feel different than that? Check into that in your internal relations department in here, right? Check in. How are my friends? Are they good support? Do they help me get strong when I feel weak? Do I help them get strong when they feel weak? Guys, your dreams really matter. Your dreams matter. Your path matters. Your message matters. Your voice matters. You matter, right? And a lot of times in turbulent times, we can feel like our dreams don't matter. We can feel like our path doesn't really matter, like our message doesn't really matter, like our voice doesn't really matter. That's what everything that I went through just did for me, right? But, say that, to come back and to stand back up during turbulent times, I had to take a lot of time with myself, right? And I had to say, my dreams matter. My dreams matter. And I had to write, my dreams matter. And I had to, say it to my baby, your dreams matter, because my dreams matter, right? My voice matters. Same thing. My message matters. I matter. What I'm trying to do matters, right? Um, in your internal relationships department, loyalty is a piece in there, right? And so I've been talking to a lot of people, and I've been going through my personal things about things with loyalty in people's lives and other people, and how loyal are they, and all of this, right? And I love you guys. We can't change anybody else, and we can't settle for less than how we're built to. Does that make sense, right? So it's no real, um, it's not really an us against them thing. We really do have to find in us where that is, like where that hurt piece is. So when you know how loyal you are as a person, eternal love, sis. When you know how loyal you are as a person, as a sister, as a friend, as a lover, right? You can't settle for less than that in your life. And if you are settling for less than that in your life, you need to go and have a meeting in your internal relationships department within you and say, okay, how do I start attracting people that are more loyal like me, right? And then sometimes in that meeting, in that internal relations meeting, they're like, well, maybe you're not that loyal here, 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 and here. And then you're like, oh shit, I really do got to take some time with myself, right? I really do got to sit with it, right? Or, you keep attracting disloyalty, right? You get to pick between loyalty and disloyalty, and you just pull that disloyalty right up close to you, right? Is it their fault that you keep doing that? I mean, this is where I had to go lately. Like, is it their fault that I keep doing this? Like, I know that I get the choice between this and between this. It's very clear. It's beginning to get very clear. It takes some time, right? But I pick this. I pick this. And what about me makes me pick this in the reflections that I choose to fuck with? Right? It's deep. You have to go deep inside yourself. These internal relations meetings, they're deep inside yourself. I'm trying to get you guys to go inside yourself and have meetings with yourself and make up that stuff go in for yourself. You feel like you're making it up a lot of times, right? Because it's a lot of stuff that comes up when you're in yourself and with yourself, right? But what we need to do is be more protective over ourselves. Be more protective of what we love. Be more protective of what we want to create. Be more protective of our dreams, our life path, our messages, our voices, right? Be more protective of, do we have good friends in our lives? And if we don't have good friends in our lives, do we get more protective and get them away from us, right? We need to not settle for less. When we learn that we are settling for less, we need to be more protective over ourselves. Sometimes you will still attack people who are not like you to show you you. Yes. Their ways aren't always what one attracts because you're that way. Yeah. Yes, sometimes you will definitely attract people that are not like you. And normally, like, the people that are not like you, they're like kind of, all the things that your subconscious mind was already fearing, right? So, like, when you're attracting these, like, do not wants, these things that are not like you, it's, yeah, I know, girl, I got it after a while. But yeah, they're not like you. They're the fears in your subconscious mind. And so we're attracting the fears in our subconscious mind so we can sit with them and nurture them and be with them. And like a lot of times what I'm noticing now really about me and my friends and who I consider family is, in turbulent times, in that darkness, we're really sitting with ourselves. We're really sitting with what that feels like, to have someone disloyal in your life, to have to protect yourself against somebody that you love, to have to, you know, need emotional support because you're low. I like that. Attract, do not want. I gotta write that. Yeah, that's like what this is all about today, is like, you know, our subconscious mind is attracting what we're afraid of, right? Like, I just went through a whole big thing of I attracted exactly what I was afraid of. And even though like I've done affirmations and I've done all kind of things, right, I still caught myself in those same turbulent times. And so that's why I feel you guys when you're going through this. And I know everybody's situation isn't the same as me, but I know a lot of people are experiencing a lot of turbulence in their lives. And I know we're getting a lot of blessings. I'm so blessed. I feel blessed, up, for real. But it does feel turbulent, and it is about our subconscious minds and the fears that are in our subconscious minds, the fears that are in our roots, the fears that are in our sex, the fears that are in our hearts, the fears that keep us in a turbulent time, right? So you have to love the fear to really stand back up after a turbulent time. You really have to take time with yourself. You have to kind of take that fear and put it in your hand and give it some love. You know, a lot of us we want to be tough with our fear. Like, all right, just get back up and go on now. No, it needs love. That fear really needs a lot of love, and it needs love from you. It doesn't need love from the people that you are having turbulent times with. I know we think that sometimes, but your fear needs love from you. It needs nurturing from you. It needs understanding with you. And then it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about that. We just woke up 5 minutes ago. I fucking love you. Such a process, even with shadow work and affirmations. Yes, like, yes, for sure. Because if you say the affirmation, but in your subconscious mind, that's a really big fear, that kind of like overrides that. It really does. I'm telling you, I'm the best deliberate creator alive. And where my deepest fears are is where I have my most turbulent times. Ooh, write that down. That is an internal revelation. Whoo. Guys, you know, we're trying to all be fair out here, but, you know, you have to put you first, right? So, like, in being fair, in the name of self-love, you have to protect yourself. You have to put you first. You have to put you first, right? Or life's not going to feel fair, right? So if you're always putting yourself last, you're most likely going to meet people who put you last. And we're trying to change that. Oh my God, yes, it overrides, yes. Like, I got nowhere fast. Yeah, what a process. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what I've been feeling like. Like, I got nowhere fast. Nowhere. And, like, let me tell you, feelings are powerful, family, right? So, like, when you are in your feelings, when you are in your turbulent times and the feelings that come up in those turbulent times, that is a force. That is a power. That is a power that is within you, right? You know, your thoughts, your words, your feelings, they're powerful. The power is in you. The alchemized process is in you, right? How do we relate to the issues in the turbulent times? That's the issue. How do we relate to the issue is the issue. So do the internal thing. Go in with yourself. Take that in. Go into your internal relations department inside. 222 on the time right now. Yes, 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 right? And go in. And what are you feeling, right? When you're in your internal revelations department, go in and say, all right, what am I feeling in here? What am I feeling around power? What does power make me feel like? Like, what do I think about power? Do I have power? Do I not have power? Am I scared of power? Am I unsure how to work my power? Maybe I shouldn't even have power, right? It's the power within. You have to go within to see how you feel about power inside yourself, and how do you look at power outside of yourself. Do you give anyone else the power outside of yourself to override yourself? You feel like you get trampled on, you know? We have to go in and have internal internal meetings. We really do. Because emotional challenges are coming up all over the place. Those are the turbulent times. Those are the turbulent times that we're trying to stand up after, right? But in order to really stand back up after and kind of like really work that out, you got to sit with it. I know a lot of people out here getting busy with work, getting busy with people, getting busy helping people, getting busy distracted over here and here and here and here, because everything's easier than sitting with self in the turbulent times. I'm telling you right now. It's like a proven fact that everything else in the world is easier than sitting with your fucking self during turbulent times. Everything. You will come up with some whole other idea of something to do that you ain't never did in your life because times are tough and you are trying to run from your fucking self. I'm telling you. You're trying not to cry. You're trying not to think about it. You're trying to always think up. You're trying to change the way you're thinking. You're trying to do that, right? Keep feeding the world, my sister. You're truly a blessing. Mwah. Thank you, Paul. So true. Yes, Amanda, you know. Divine timing is real, guys. Divine timing is so fucking real that it's not on your time. So we've been talking a lot lately, and I've been saying ask. Ask specifically. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to stand back up through my turbulent times. I'm trying to figure out my emotions. I'm trying to have an internal meeting. How do I do this, right? You have to ask yourself, right? But it's on divine timing. You know, it's on divine timing when it comes back to you. So I've been asking about something since October. And like, maybe I got some signs along the way, but I wasn't catching them, right? Because that's how it happens sometimes. It's all right. But then they come back to you, right? And so it took like a whole 5 months for me to figure out some real deep shit. We have to want to see the mysteries in life. And what are the mysteries in life? I think that the mysteries in life are what we have in our heart, right? Because I have this like gem in my heart. You know, this secret garden in my heart, this place I go in my heart, this feeling I want to feel in my life in my heart. You know what I mean? It's a place that you can't see. Hello, love. And we have to want to see. We have to want to see the mysteries come to life. We have to want to see our heart's desires be played out in this life. That's what keeps me going. I really want to create what's in my heart. That's what keeps me going through turbulent times. Now, does that mean that when I'm like in the middle of a turbulent time that I'm like so like, oh my God, I love everything in my heart? No. I'm like, you fucking dirtball, slimeball, get away from me. Oh my God, I don't trust anybody. I'm closing my blinds. I'm not going around people. It gets like that sometimes, right? But then as you love yourself, then your heart can open back up. Then your heart can trust a little bit more. You know, you go in, you protect yourself, you do the things that you need to do, and then you can come back out with it, right? That's what I love about the heart. It has a lot of comebacks, man. A lot of people right now are doubting their self and their intuition, and I just want to give you guys a lot of love because, you know, for a lot of months I've been really doubting myself and my intuition, and I've really been trying to, you know, I think I'm working on my people skills and my communication skills and, you know, all this stuff. I'm just trying to be regular out here in this goddamn world, right? But what was really going on was things were happening and my intuition was telling me, and I was doubting my intuition, or maybe I was like saying something about it and then kind of being told that like my intuition wasn't right. So like I've caught myself constantly at this place of like, I don't know, man, I feel it so deep, but like this person's saying it's not right, and who am I to say you know, I can't make it up, right? And this is the place in these relationships where your subconscious mind, the fears are actually creating what's happening in your life, right? And that's why, to me, it's so important, because I keep doing this and I keep creating this in my life, and I really want to get to the root of it, and it's confusing. And it's not anyone's fault but my own. However, there have been people along the way to show me the reflection of myself in myself, where, you know, maybe I'm not a cheater and a liar, but somewhere deep in my subconscious fears, that's in there. That's definitely in there, very deep, that, you know, I don't know, the person that I love is like this cheater and liar, and like, how is that even fair for me to go into a relationship? when I know I have that swirling in my brain. I thought I worked it out a lot, but obviously I didn't. And it takes a lot of work with self and work with heart and an internal meeting with self to know it. Like, yeah, that hurts when someone's cheating you and lying to you, right? Really bad. Really, really bad. But when you can go back with yourself and say, I really need to find where I hold this vibration of fear in me, and I really need to figure out how to clear it up, because I really don't want to keep doing that. Like, it feels bad when two people are fighting and not getting along. It feels bad when the fear is overriding, or maybe you're not trusting the intuitions coming up and what you're getting back. All those things feel bad, and I don't want everyone to feel bad. I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to make other people feel bad. I know a lot of my people feel the same way, right? And so that's why one of the biggest things is to pull back. But sometimes when there's so much going on, it's hard to pull back, right? That's why I need my good friends. That's why I need, these things in my life, and I need good, healthy communications. Like, sometimes I need my friend to help me to go in and have an internal meeting with self. Like, talk to my girl for a little bit, and she's like, you know what, girl, maybe you need to just go in and have an internal meeting with self, because something's going on with you. And I'm like, you're right. We have inner guides. And so if you're confused in yourself, or with others, ask about, like, what are your expectations? Like, what are your expectations in life? What are your expectations with people? What are your expectations of what's going on around you, right? Because maybe we're expecting other people to understand what we've been through, and they really can't understand what we've been through. We're all learning to talk about it, and we're all learning to communicate it with one another, and some people aren't ready to communicate it, and it's all okay, right? It's just, what are you creating in your life, and how is that rocking with what you're doing in your life, right? That's basically what it just came down to with me. Like, with what I'm trying to create and what I'm doing are two different things. What I'm trying to create feels good. What I'm doing right now feels bad. I have to make a choice. I have to do something about it. Did I do it right? No, probably not. Was it very kind? No. I'm trying, right? But that's the thing about these fears, is that, like, when they come up, you get very protective. Like, sometimes you can get protective, like, in a mean way, a little bit aggressive. Like, stay the fuck away from me. I ain't kidding. Music helps. The vibes help. 528. I have the 528 on now. I've been really deep in the 528 since I've been going through this. Think about it. Think about it. I had to go through this, right? Because I had to choose me in the chaos. I had all the chaos that came in that I really wasn't ready for. How I responded and reacted to that was not great. I sat with myself a lot through it. I really want to learn from it, so I asked a lot of questions. I didn't get a lot of answers, and that's okay, right? But, just start to spend time with yourself. Start to make time for yourself, for self-love, for maybe some journaling, for maybe a special bath, for maybe, something. A lot of times during turbulent times, we forget to love ourselves. We forget things. We forget to take care of ourselves. We forget to nurture ourselves, right? A lot of times, in this past couple months, like, I haven't really been able to eat that good, like, just all kind of stuff. Hey sis, need more sleep, but glad to catch you live. I might catch the replay later. I love you, girl. I love you. I've been resting. It's been, sunny out. I've been cleaning my guts. I've been drinking my greens. And, and that's the thing is, finding that balance in that chaos is like, sometimes I would be so chaotic and I would forget to eat my greens, right? And, like, so part of me standing back up during turbulent times is like, oh, hey, Sarah, you remember them greens make you feel good and you want to feel good again? Oh, yeah, definitely. Pour them up. Pour them up. You have everything you need. Pour it up. Get it out. Yes, so true. We need to start with ourselves first. So powerful. I love you, Fabian. Right on time you came in my video, right? I love how this works. You know, we're co-creating. We're co-creating with spirit. We're co-creating with other people, you know, and what kind of experience are you creating and how does it feel to you, you know? Because aligned inspiration feels good. Misaligned inspiration doesn't feel good. And that's basically what I've been learning through this, right? So aligned inspiration feels good. Misaligned inspiration does not feel good. So, you know, in co-creating and creating, how does it feel? We want it to feel joy, happiness, and peace. That's what our souls want, right? Is that what it's feeling like to you? Go have an internal meeting. Our intuition is directly linked to our guts, guys, right? So what that means is like the things that you envision for yourself are directly linked to your guts and your gut health. Straight up, for real, swear to God. So if you're having issues in your mental, or if you're having issues in your belly, or if you're having issues with your feelings, or if you're having issues with your emotions, and you're looking for some balance and you want to get back up after turbulent times, one great thing that you can really do is clean your guts. Focus on your guts. Focus on your womb. Clean out your womb. Clean out your hallways. Clean out your stuff, right? Start to do some paperwork. In our hearts, we want to think for ourselves. I know a lot of people out here in their hearts, they want to think for themselves. They want to be able to be free thinkers. Yeah, that's why it's that gut feeling. Gut, yeah, the second mind. Absolutely. 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 Learn about your guts. I mean, if you don't clean your guts, learn about them. You know, learn about how they're designed. Learn about what they do for you. Learn about what can happen with them. Learn about what goes on in them, right? If you're not going to just dive in, do the research. Research it for yourself. See how it's connected to your mind. See how cleaning up your guts can clear up your mind, right? But in our hearts, we want to think for ourselves, right? But what we seek from the shadows is suppressed emotions, right? So a lot of people lately are saying, like, I've been feeling like I'm drawn to shadow work and I don't know what it is. And, like, it's funny because, like, they come and show up and it's like they're getting ready to go to, like, Hogwarts or something. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, like, basically you want to figure out your suppressed emotions. Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out, too. Here's some of the tips that I do that help, you know what I mean? I don't know, right? Because these suppressed emotions, this suppressed emotion that I have of the fear, of the cheating, of the lying, of the partnership like that, right? I don't really understand it. I don't understand it. I know what I get from it. Like, I know how it feels to get it, right? But I don't really fucking stand why it is a suppressed emotion or how do I get to it, right? So I ask, how do I get to this? How do I work with this? What do I do with this? What do I say about this? How do I nurture this? How do I get out of this, right? And then wait. Gut health is where we should start building your foundation first. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, I'm all about energy work. So, like, the root of anything. We should really start at the root and go up of anything, of everything, of every single thing. Solid foundation is the root, the root, the root, the root, the root. The guts are super duper freaking important. You know that, and you know I know that. A lot of people just aren't ready, you know what I mean? And I love everyone's fucking guts. I really do. You know, I flipped all around trying to figure out something good for my guts. I finally found something good for my guts, and my guts are so thankful. But, you know, and that's the thing. And, like, you know, I was having a hard time with my guts, and I kept saying, I love your fucking guts, until I started getting some love in my guts. That's how it works. We have to plant seeds, and we have to nurture our seeds, right? So, you know, I don't know, guys. Maybe people, you know, during turbulent times are feeling like a little low. And so sometimes just say the affirmation, I am being guided by the highest and greatest good. I am being guided by the highest and greatest good. I am being guided by the highest and greatest good. Keep saying that to yourself. Sometimes we, you know, we need to work in the dark, because when you're in the dark, you can see things that you can't really see so much in the light. You know what I mean? When you're slowing down a little bit, you can see things that you can't see when you're going so fast. When you're, a little bit sad or whatever, maybe you're being like a little bit more specific at what you're looking at. That's why I love the 528 for this, I love the 528 because I feel like it helps us, right? I talk about this all the time. So, our hearts are pretty frozen and closed off, right? And our guts have been through a lot, and our roots have been through a lot, right? And so it's really hard to start to trust with our hearts, right? Because the heart is really like the mechanism, right? But when you don't really trust, you can't really just I can work with everybody all day and be like, okay, just go out and live what you want with your heart. And they're like, I don't even know. And I don't even know how to do that. Right. So the 528 will kind of give your heart like a little bit of encouragement. Like, it's all right. It's safe to trust. We're going to figure out what you love. Like, it's, this is a journey. Like, there's no mistakes. Like, you can't get it wrong. You're okay. Those are the kind of messages that come through with the 528. Is like, you can do this. Like, you can really do this and you can really figure it out. Just know, like, don't expect anything because it's wild out here. Yes. Awesome frequencies. One of my favorites, love. Finding feelings that have been hidden inside of you, figuring out these subconscious feelings. Those are the keys to open the heart, and that's what I'm trying to do, right? I'm trying to figure out how these feelings came and whatever, nurture them better, obviously, is what I need to do so I can really open my heart. Because as much as I say that I'm living a heart-led life and all of these things, if I'm going through turbulent times with this thing, it's still coming up for me, right? So I'm still trying to find the keys to open my heart. We're creating our lives from within us, guys. So from within you, you're creating your whole entire experience outside of you. And so, how do you feel about what you're creating? How do you feel about your life? How do you feel about your friends? How do you feel about your work? How do you feel about your money? How do you feel about your foundation? How do you feel about where you came from? How do you feel about what you feel? How do you feel about what you can do? How do you feel about your love life? How do you feel about your voice? How you feel about your visions, how you feel about your connection to God, right? In these jobs that we're doing out here, this frequency work, it's different. And finally I realized through just recently what I've been through is that I really take negative energy and transmute it to light, right? So I take what really, really frustrates the hell out of me and gives me the most turbulent time, and I try to really love it down till I'm really not pissed anymore. And that's work. That's exhausting. Like, you must eat, you must rest, you must do well for yourself. That's work. I'm so unsure when I'm doing this work, right? And then I'm unsure when I get out, really? It's fine that they did that. Okay, cheers. We did that, sis. Don't look externally for help. I mean, yeah, we will ask God things and God will send us earth angels. And, that's how a lot of things have happened in my life. And I give so much thanks, right? But don't look externally for it, right? Go inside of you, ask internally. Get specific with that. So when it comes from the external, there's so many things of what you asked internally that there's no way that can't be for you. Does that make sense? And know sometimes that in that's part of the lesson too. It's all right. We're learning from our reflections. We're seeing our reflection in the people that are around us. Right now is a really beautiful time because as much as it is turbulent, it really is kind of cool. I'm talking to a lot of people that are like, my whole life is changing. I'm really a different person than I was before, and I'm loving it. And sometimes it's difficult, right? Study what you want to study. Study the body, study the guts, study the blood, study the cells, study your body. If I can give anybody any advice, study your body, because inside of your body is where it all comes from, where it all generates from, where all of it is going on, right? And so any external thing isn't really going to help you. You have to start studying internally. And you have to start studying what means something to you. If I'm like, oh yeah, I want you guys to all go and study the guts, right? You're like, my problem isn't my guts, it's my foot. My problem isn't my guts, it's my ear. My problem isn't my guts, it's my life, right? Study that. You have an internal fire. The power within you is like a fire, right? You have to learn how to work it. You have to learn how to get, you have to learn what makes it just work automatically. How do you get a control in that, right? You have to learn how to work that internal fire. That you have to have that internal meeting to learn how to work that internal fire. A lot of people right now are searching for ways to stand up during turbulent times, and it's inside of you. There's a lot of contemplation that goes on whenever you're figuring out these things inside of you and when you're learning to work with them. And right now I'm noticing a lot of fast decisions are coming. A lot of fast connections are coming in. A lot of quick results are coming in, right? And so sometimes that can be good, and sometimes that can be like, whoo, that happened so fast. Like, I just told my sister this morning, we were out having coffee on the porch because it's beautiful here, right? And I'm like, isn't it just so amazing how, like, you're walking on your path sometimes and it's just like, whoop, and everything gets flipped over. Now you're going that way instead of going that way. Like, whoa, where do we just go? Being in the dark is very healing, guys. And I know sometimes it doesn't feel great in the dark. That's why I say love yourselves the best way you can. Solutions cannot be easily revealed in the light. And so, like I said, when you're having a good time, normally you're not paying attention to any of those things. It's normally in the turbulent times, in the dark times, where big lessons are happening. We're learning big lessons. We're learning, be careful how you treat people. That's been a big lesson for me lately. Be careful how you treat people, because I was in a really deep lesson and I was really mean to somebody that I love, but I was just like really, my fear was overriding me, right? Because I know I have all the control, because I know I can protect myself, because I know what to do about the situation, right? But I was mean, and I don't want to be mean, and that's what made my heart feel so bad today, is that my fear could override my heart, because my heart is love, and I do know where these certain behaviors come from, and I do know that sometimes people want what they say they want, but they just don't really know how to get there, right? They don't know how to do it. They don't know what to do, and I understand that. And I'm not here to push or change anybody to be anything in this life, right? So that's why compassion was a big thing that came up for me. And we carry the energy of everything that we've been through, of everybody that we've been through, of everybody that they've been through. We have to clear it up, guys. We have to clear it up. We have to clean it out. We have to learn where it comes from. We have to nurture it in ourselves so we understand it better in others, right? Apply what we know moving forward, right? So what you went through in the turbulent times that you sat in and you learned from, then you apply what you know moving forward somehow, right? I don't really know how I'm going to do that. So like I'm taking a big pause, right? But you want to apply what you're learning moving forward. And I can look back and see sometimes where maybe, I could have been a little bit different. There was a lesson that I kept getting over and over and over. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? But when you're in your fears, and you're in that protective mode, it doesn't always come out so love and light, right? I'm super guilty. Aggressive when I'm in my fears, and I'm sorry. Soul seeking, when you're seeking your soul's purpose, to soothe your soul, that happens in internal meetings. You need internal meetings. Where are your emotions getting you? That's what I just had to sit with. Where are your emotions getting you? That's your manifesting energy. That's your creative energy. That's your guts. That's your sexual energy. That's your feelings. That's your emotions. That's your money, right? Where's that getting you? That's addiction. Where's that getting you? Where's that getting you? That's what you look at in your internal meeting, right? Where are my feelings getting me in this world? Where is my sacral chakra getting me? Because, there's fear. There's a lot of fear in there. We've been carrying it for a long time. And each of us is different, but so much the same, right? And that's where you can find the compassion for people that hurt you, because you're like, all right, they hurt me, fuck that hurt, but they're humans. And they're hurt humans, and they're carrying hurt in them. And so their hurt and their fears make them act in ways that they don't always be so, glad that they did. That's where compassion comes in, deep. We have true power inside to heal our feelings. We just got to sit with what hurts. We have to take the time to sit with what hurts. We have to have internal meetings. We have to. I want to experience the joy of loving connections, right? That's what I've been through. Everything that I've been through, that's what I know now, right? So I say that. I've written it down probably 500 times since a week ago. I want to experience the joy of loving connections. I want to experience the joy of loving connections. Please help me experience the joy of loving connections. Please show me more loving connections. I experience joy of loving connections. It's not over till it's over, guys. It's not over till it's over. And we never know when it's going to be over, right? So rest up. If you're feeling like you're in turbulent times, rest up, love yourself. When you have a little bit of strength, sit with it, right? Don't just go in to sit with it if you don't have any strength. That's doing too much to yourself right away. But I have a really cool message right now, right? And financial reciprocity is in the air like crazy, guys. And that made me excited, right? Because when you work with your feelings, then you work with your money, right? And so I've been doing a lot of work with my feelings lately and not even really like thinking about the money. And this message came through today and I got super pumped. And the people that are really out here feeling like they would like a little financial reciprocity in their lives, they've been through turbulent times, they've been kind in turbulent times, they've done good for people, they've helped people even though they need help and didn't get help. I totally feel you guys, right? You are not alone. Blessings are coming though. My blessings are on the way. Affirm that. My blessings are on the way, right? Non-attachment to financial outcomes is what you really need to figure out with this. And it only happens when we work on our feelings. When we work on our feelings of finances, right? Giving thanks to the unknown resources starts it off right, though, right? So if you're in a place of really wishing that you had some, financial reciprocity for the love that you give out in this world, give thanks for unknown resources. People, places, and things, right? Thank you for the unknown help, right? Thank you for the unknown rewards. And I say that do this with non-attachment, right? Because, the very opposite of attachment is addiction, right? So non-attachment and addiction are like the opposites, right? So don't be addicted to it. And if you are addicted to it, figure it out, right? A lot of people have this addiction to financial reciprocity and then they never really get it, right? But if you can find a non-attachment place, if you can figure that out deep inside yourself, then you'll figure it out better. That's what I mean, guys. So we inherit beliefs on finances from our ancestors, right? So wherever your finances are, there's a root from your ancestors about that, right? There's inherited beliefs on inheritances, right? How do we relate to our finances? What form did we learn about money? How did you learn about money? How did you start working with your money? How do you do your money? Do you carry on that way or do you want to discontinue? That's the internal meeting. Have an internal meeting about your finances if your finances are off, right? Anything that's off in your life, you want to go in and have an internal meeting about it. Personal rewards from unexpected resources. It's coming in. It's coming in. And so if you resonate with that, start being thankful for the unknown. Unexpected, unexperienced. Thank you for the people, places, and things that I've never seen before. Imagine how it would feel to be so surprised by something. Ask for guidance from unexpected resources. Carefully tend to your seeds, family. When you're out here and you're creating and you're doing these things, please tend to your seeds if that's what you want, right? I mean, if that's what you don't want, you can just let them go and it'll create a compost in the earth, right? plant wonderful seeds. You know, you are so understood. Your heart is very understood. Even though you might feel chaotic and it might feel like your heart is not understood out here, it is understood. Stay in your heart in confusion. So if there's chaos and confusion and turbulent times and crazy going on in your life, go in with your heart. Cut everything off and go in with your heart. Ask your heart for guidance through those times. You have all you need to get it done. Surrender and love on you and your seeds. Feel it in your heart. Say it, voice it, see it, right? Feel it in your heart. Say it, voice it, see it. Feel it in your heart. Say it, voice it, see it. There's a million truths out here, guys. So getting in the fight of whose truth is truthier and what truth is the truth and don't do that. Don't do that. Spend time with your heart. So feel it, what's in your heart. Say what's in your heart till you see what's in your heart, and all everybody else's truth, just let them have it. We have free will to do us. Do you? Like I said, the heart is a secret garden within. There's buried knowledge in there. It's amazing in there. We do need to make solid foundations for ourselves and our roots. We do need to go back and visit the roots. We do need to go and spend time with ourselves. We do need to have these internal revelations, right? Spend time with self. Ask in with self, right? Treasure Island is in you. You know, they've been looking for Treasure Island forever, huh? Talking about it. It's in you. It's in you. They just want you distracted. If anything is making you look outside of yourself, they just want you fucking distracted. I know a lot of worry is going on. So I have my citrine and I have my seashell, right? And I want to send you guys out big love for the worry, right? Because we have to have an internal meeting for the worry that is in us, right? I do too, right? So I just want to send so much love to people that are going through worry. I want to send you time that you can sit with yourself and think about the worry and ask about the worry and learn to nurture the worry and learn to understand the worry a little bit better, right? It's normal to worry. It's normal. You know, I'm a single mom. It's normal to worry in finances. But is it normal to worry in finances? Or is that something that I inherited? Something that I have to figure out, right? Most of the time I don't worry in finances, but now I do. I came a long way with worry in finances, right? Inspired action is pleasurable. When you are being told by spirit to make action in your life and your heart is aligned with all of spirit, right? It's a pleasurable experience. Whether it seems like it's a bad thing or it seems like it's a good thing or whatever, it's pleasurable. Dominance of thought brings it to us and is behind the action that we offer, right? Dominance of thought brings it to us and is behind the action that we offer. Dominance of thought. In the subconscious mind, the fears are the most dominant thoughts, right? But until you start actually giving yourself love to feel the fears out, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. Seek good feeling thoughts. Always think up. Align with source. Always think up. Action feels good. Always think up. Aligned action always feels good. Misaligned thoughts wear us out. If you're thinking about cheating and lying and where are they at and what are they doing now and what is this and what is that and what is everything and oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, worn out. Worn out. Action inspired from aligned thoughts is pleasurable, right? And I just had this giant revelation after I just tortured myself with misaligned thoughts. The thoughts I were thinking were not aligned with God and love, right? It was dark in there. It was shadowy in there. It was not good in there. What are we thinking, feeling, and saying? What are you thinking, feeling, and saying? What are you thinking and feeling and saying? And go have a meeting with yourself. Go in. I love you guys because we're all connected. Today is the solar plexus, Wednesday, 5/28. Your solar plexus is in a direct relationship with your throat, right? You can balance that out. They're in a relationship. They want to take the stress and pressure off one another and help one another and do that all good, right? We're learning about the relationship with ourselves, the relationship inside of ourselves, right? So if relationships aren't working out for you, just focus on the relationship inside yourself. I love you because we're all connected. One love.